Hi everyone, Sabrina Gilbert here. Welcome to day 4 of your challenge. So today I want to talk to you about sugar. Sugar. I talked a little bit about it yesterday in terms of how refined sugar and processed sugar can block the body's ability to know that it's full because it keeps you from releasing the hormone that goes to the brain that tells the brain that you're full. So that's one negative about refined sugar. But refined sugar is actually detrimental in many other ways. And it's not that eating sugar, you should never eat sugar. In fact, you actually want to try to have maybe 25 grams of sugar each day, or they say five teaspoons of sugar a day, and that's a healthy part of the diet. So I'm sorry, my lips are totally dry. I'm going to be very candid right now. So it's not that sugar is altogether bad. The issue is that we consume way too much sugar on our day-to-day. The average American eats about 22 teaspoons of sugar per day. And that is a lot. That is a big jump from our 5 teaspoons of sugar that we should be consuming. So what does that really look like in terms of reading a label? Because they never write labels in terms of teaspoons. You can think of it this way. 1 teaspoon of sugar is the equivalent of 4 grams of sugar. So if you're looking at something that has, let's say, a juice, and it says that it has 22 grams of sugar in it, that's already putting you at your total for the whole day in one drink of sugar that you're supposed to consume. And you also can take that and then basically break that down, and we know, okay, well, if 4 grams equals 1 teaspoon, then if I divide that by 4, then I'll know how many teaspoons of sugar is in that 22. So you're just under, just over the 5 for the full day. So we have to be really careful about how much sugar we're consuming. Diets that are high in sugar create a really nasty cycle of obesity, and that's actually the reason that so many people in our country are obese. Sugar is not just I got a 5-pound bag of white sugar. It's hidden in so many foods. I'm talking about bacon, chicken, sausages, cereals, condiments, so ketchup and low-fat mayo and all kinds of other places that you're going to find sugar, and it's not going to be on the label as sugar. There are 57 different names on labels for sugar, and some of them you read them and you go, really? Some of the more common ones that you're probably familiar with or have heard at least before is high fructose corn syrup. You probably heard of maltose and sucralose, and all of those are not, they're all some sort of sugar, and you should stay away from them. In fact, just in the name of helping you out, I have a file that I made because I do a sugar-free challenge. I have a file that I made with all the 57 names that you would see on sugar labels. So I'm going to put that in our team files, and you can read up on it. So you want to watch how much sugar you consume. Read your labels because it's in things that you don't suspect. So like your cereals, your sausage, your chicken, bread often has sugar in it, so read the content. Salad dressings, so really read your content. Sugar is linked to not only diseases like diabetes, it's also linked to heart disease. It's also linked to Alzheimer's. It's now research is showing that there's a link of sugar to cancer, and the relationship of it debilitates the body's ability to fight cancer. So you really want to be mindful of that. And sugar also creates a cycle of obesity. So what happens when you're consuming a ton of sugar is basically you eat a bunch of sugar, your body metabolizes that very quickly, so you'll get a burst of energy, you get a spike or an increase in your blood sugar level, you also get an increase in insulin. Any of that energy that the body does not use right away, because you're consuming so much of it, the body stores that as fat. And so 2 things are happening for you. Your body is storing more and more fat because it's not using all of the sugar that you're consuming. And on top of that, you're not being told that you're full because remember, it blocks that hormone from releasing. So you just keep eating and you make this really nasty cycle that is very difficult to break. The other thing that's troublesome about sugar is that it's very addictive. So if you find yourself struggling with this, don't worry. It's normal and it's natural, and it's going to take some time. It's very addictive. It's actually more addictive than cocaine, and there are studies that show that. So if you're struggling with cutting back on sugar, just know that your body is detoxing, and it's going to take you some time. You're going to have those times where you crave it, because it really is addictive. And it's so addictive. They put it in baby foods and stuff to try to get people to want to consume more of it at a younger age. And these food companies know that. So you have to take responsibility for yourself and just cut it out little by little. I used to be a sugar junkie. I cannot make this up. My breakfast used to be a 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew and a bag of peanut M&Ms. I cannot make that up. And that used to be my breakfast I started doing that when I was 16. And I carried that behavior until I was about 22. And breaking that habit was really hard. It took me a long time to start replacing the sugary foods that I ate. And that's just breakfast. I can't even tell you how much sugar I was putting in my teas and my coffee, my lunch coffee, and all kinds of other stuff. And I can't tell you how much sugar I was already eating in my day-to-day different foods, like sugar in my oatmeal for breakfast, and then sugar and my, I used to mix it in my pasta sauce, and then I would put sugar in my corn when I was making corn for dinner. Like, it's really serious. So I understand where you are. If you're really struggling with it, just take it one day at a time, one choice at a time, and you can start by reading your labels so you know where the sugar is that you're consuming. So really, really important thing for you to be aware of. I do the sugar-free challenge once a month, so if you're interested in coming in and getting some specific tips about breaking the sugar addiction, you can talk to me offline about that too. So really excited. Let's see what we find and see how we do today, okay guys?